Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. It's a video on monthly policy review which is released by PRS Legislative Research. I'll be discussing MPR or the monthly policy review for the month of August. So whatever news that has been reported in month of August is finally published at 1st of September, right? So the entire bill that was passed during the session is actually thing that we're going to discuss. PRS initiative is very important when it comes to the part of legislative processes that government is making. So this particular session will help you specifically for the mains examination and also contributing for the prelims papers, the part of the MCQ which is there. And this will help you a lot in the part of the civil services journey. So without any further ado, let's get started. And before I begin, just to tell you brief about the PRS Legislative Research. It was founded in 2005. It's an independent research initiative. It actually support the part of the member of parliament and legislative assemblies, MLAs की अगर बात करें, and they actually functions with the legislators and come up with a detailed analysis of that. It is based in New Delhi. For more details, you can refer to the websites. Now, moving ahead. If you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do hit that like button. So we'll start the session with the first article or the news. The part of the thing that has been reported with the bill, that is Aircraft Security Rule 2023. Something very important, specifically when it comes to General Studies Paper 3, where there's a categorically mention of the part जहाँ पे ये बताया गया है कि किस तरह से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सिक्योरिटी मैटर्स हमारे इंडिया के लिए काफ़ी ज़्यादा रेलेवेंट है. So the Ministry of Civil Aviation has notified the Aircraft Security Rule 2023 under the Aircraft Act of 1934. Now ये जो bill है, this particular rule which has come up will replace the Aircraft Security Rule 2011. So as of now, जो भी चीज़ें functions हो रही थी, that was being regulated as per the things mentioned under the Aircraft Rule 2011. Now, what are the key features that you need to know specifically in general and the point that is important for the rule? So first is the power of commissioners to transfer to DG, right? So under the rule, the Director General of the Bureau of Civil Aviation, which is also known as BCS, this is a new post that was created. Director General of Bureau of Civil Aviation Security will be responsible for some of things, and these areas are defined in developing and maintaining the National Civil Aviation Security Program. This is one. Second is coordinating the activities between the department, the inter-department that is functioning between the Ministry of Civil Aviation or the part of the Director General of Bureau of Civil Aviation will be taken care of. Now, designating authorities to aerodromes to implement the security control and the procedures. Now, the other important rule, that is use of private security agencies. This has been allowed. The private security personnel authorized by the Director General will be engaged to ensure security. The numbers and training standard of the private security personnel will be determined by the central government. So this is something which government has control. The final assent has to come from the union government. Now, penalties for certain violation, definitely to implement a rule, something which is concrete, penalty or the penal provision is a mandate. So under the rule, the aircraft operators are required to carry certain activities that the part of the fellow will have to have a consideration and it will be counted as an offense. Kuch activities hain that is included like developing of a security program, commencing aircraft operations with the approval from the Director General, right? Additionally, uske alawa carrying weapons, firearms, ammunition, exclusive and airport aircraft will be also an efforts. So ये सारी चीजें which is restricted on the aircraft will not be allowed. Now the other bill, the important part, that is the press and registration of the periodical bill 2023. Something important. It can be directly relevant for the prelims examination also. So the press and the registration of the periodical bill 2023 was passed by Rajya Sabha, which was actually pending before the Lok Sabha. Now, it repeal and replace the Press Registration Book Act of 1867. This was a colonial act or the rule that was still functional. Now, this will replace and come up with the new bill, that is the Press and Registration of the Periodical Bill 2023. The act provides for registrations of newspaper, periodicals and the books. Now some key features की अगर बात करें, the registration of the periodical, the bill provide for the registration of the periodical which may include the publications. कौन से तरह के publications which include public news, comments on the public news, right? And periodicals does not include book or scientific or any academic journal. This is something the view are shared on the public basis, and a periodical it is monthly or bi-weekly the things are published. Now, foreign periodical to require a prior approval. This is something that has been incorporated under the rule. Extract reproductions of the foreign periodical may be printed in India only with the prior approval with the central government. The manner of the registration of such periodical will be prescribed in due course by the Union government. Now, Press Registrar General of India की अगर बात करें, what is the power that is given? The bill established the Press Registrar General of India who will be issuing the registration certificate. So this is a point you need to take care of, registration for all the periodicals. The other functions of the Press Registrar General of India will include maintaining a register of periodical. This has to be maintained with due diligence, making guidelines with the admissibility of the title of the periodicals, and revising, superseding or the cancelling registration. This is something which is a mandate. Now suspension and cancellation of registration, क्या कैसे conditions है जो invoke करेगी for the cancellation. So the bill allow the Press Registrar General of India to suspend registration of periodical between the part of 30 days to 180 days. Registration may be suspended on following grounds. इनमें से 3 conditions दी गई हैं, इनमें से कोई conditions meet होनी चाहिए. First is obtaining the registration by furnishing false information. अगर किसी तरह की false information furnish की जाती है by the part of the registrar, so then it will be calling for the suspensions. Now, failing to publish the periodical continuously will again the other reason for the cancellations. Giving false particulars in annual statement is something that will make them liable for the suspension and cancellations of the registrations. Now, the Press Registrar General of India may cancel the registration if publisher does not correct such defects. Now, the other bill, the important bill, that is the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2023. So this is something very important. Even there are a lot talked about with the part of right to privacy. This particular bill was passed by Parliament in August 9, 2023. The bill was introduced in Lok Sabha on 3rd of August 2023. The bill provides for the protections of personal data and the privacy of an individual. Something very important for general studies paper 2, and even it will help you in the personality test which will be there and for the prelims examination also. The personal data is identified and basically the part of the data about an individual who is identifiable or in the relation of the such data. Now some of the key features that is under the data protection bill. First is applicability. कहाँ ये applicable होगी? It will be applicable within India where such data is collected online or collected offline or is it digitalized. This will apply to the processing of a personnel outside the data of India and for offering the goods and services in the country. Rights and duties of the data principal की अगर बात करें, the individual whose data is being processed, the data principal will have right first to obtain the information about the processing, किस तरह से चीज़ों को process की गई है. उसके अलावा अगर बात करें corrections of seeking corrections and ignorance of the personal data, nominate person to exercise the relevant death or incapacity and grievance redressal. So these are the rights and duties of the data principals. Now obligations of the data fiduciary, this has been categorically highlighted और इसमें बताया गया है that the purpose for mean of processing the data fiduciary must make reasonable efforts to ensure the accuracy and completeness of the data first. Second, it build for a reasonable security safeguards to prevent the data breach. Third, inform the data protection board and affect the person in event of the breach and ease the personal data as soon as purpose has been met and retentions is necessary for the legal purposes. Now, in the case of the government entities, the storage limitations and the right of the data principal will ensure and it will not apply. Appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner. This was a lot in the news. Even I have made discussion this to our daily news and editorial analysis video, but I'm discussing this with the context of the prelims and mains examination although. तो आप यहाँ पे कुछ important points और note कर सकेंगे. The Chief Election Commissioners and the election commissioners Appointment, Coordination Services and Terms of Office Bill was actually introduced in the Rajya Sabha. The bill repealed the part of election commissioners और ये जो पुरानी है 1991 की उसे रिपील करती है. What are election commissioners? क्या कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजंस है? आर्टिकल 324 में इसके बारे में जिक्र की गई है. दैट कंसिस्ट ऑफ chief election commissioners and the part of other commissioners which will be appointed by the president as decided. They are appointed by the President of India, specify the composite elections of the part of the election commissions. This adds that the chief election commissions will be appointed by the President on the recommendations of the select committee. Now, selections committees की अगर बात करें, the selections committee will consist of the Prime Minister as a chairperson, leader of the oppositions of Lok Sabha as a member, the Union Cabinet Minister nominated by the Minister as a member, and if the leader of opposition is Lok Sabha has not recognized, the leader of the single largest opposition party in Lok Sabha will assume the said role. So this is the part of the selection committee. Now, when it comes to search committee, there's some specific panel which is there. So this will comprise of 5 members or 5%. This is important to be noted, and this will be consideration. The search committee will be headed by cabinet secretary. There have been questions with regards to cabinet secretary in the prelims examination. तो आप इसको जरूर देख लें ध्यान से. It will have the members not below the rank of the secretary and the central government having the knowledge and experience of the matter related to elections. The select committee may also consider the candidate who have not been included by the panel for the search committee. Now the other bill, that is the National Dental Commission Bill 2023. So the National Dental Commission Bill was passed by the Parliament और इस bill के through जो पुरानी 1948 के उसको repeal की जाती है, that constitute the National Dental Commissions and the Dental Advisory Council. Now these autonomous bodies for the regulation of the dental education and standard for the dentistry are being function as of now. अब changes के बाद जो National Dental Commission बनाई है उसमें बहुत सारी changes लाई गई है. Now what are the key features? First is about the National Dental Commissions. Thus, the central government is required to constitute the National Dental Commissions consisting of 33 members. This will be chaired by an eminent and experienced dentist. The chairperson will be appointed by the central government upon the recommendations of the Search cum Selections Committee. The Search Committee will be chaired by Cabinet Secretary. So here again the important position. और ex officio members की अगर बात करें, President of the 3 autonomous boards will be there. Director General of Health Services, Chief of the Center for the Dental and Education Research, AIMS. Now, part-time members is also there. This will include faculties and dentistry from the government institutions and representative from the state and the union territories. And what will be the functions of the commissions? Basically, मैंने आपको बताया अभी that this is the commission which is there. That is the National Dental Commission. So, how it will functions? The regulation and governance standard of the dental education's examination and training will be taken care by the National Dental Commissions, right? That is NDC. Now, regulating the dental institutions and research will be the topmost priority for this commissions. Assessing infrastructure requirement and dental healthcare will be the priority, and ensuring that the admissions of the Bachelor of the Dental Surgery happening through the National Eligibility cum Entrance Test is well taken care of. तो ये कुछ पावर और फंक्शंस दी गई है नेशनल डेंटल कमीशंस को, which is again important and revamped versions. Now autonomous boards बनाई जाएंगी. The central government is required to constitute 3 autonomous boards under the supervisions of the commissions. और ये board आपके examination point of view से काफ़ी ज़्यादा important है, specifically for the mains. The first board is undergraduate and postgraduate dental education board. Second is the dental assess and rating board. The third is the part of ethics and dental registration board. Just to correct, this is ethics and digital registration board. Now, what are the functions? First, the board will be responsible for determining the education standard and granting the recognitions to the dental qualifications. Uske alawa, the second board that is there, this will be responsible for determining the compliances, assessment procedures for the dental institutions and conducting the inspections and the rating, right? The other is ethics, the board that is responsible for maintaining the online national register of the dentistry, the part of dental auxiliaries, suspending cancellations and licensing, regulating the standard of the conduct. So these are some of the important parts that will be taken care by the autonomous body functioning under the National Medical Commissions. Now, the Mediation Bill 2021, something again important, government has been focusing on the part of mediations to even reduce the burden to the courts that is functioning right there. So judiciary systems में किस तरह से mediations को और promote किया जाए out of the part of judiciary functions, that is something will be taken care of. The mediation bill was passed by the parliament. The mediation is a form of alternative dispute resolutions, जिसे ADR भी कहते हैं. UPSC has been asking question in mains examination about the ADR, where the parties attempt to settle the dispute outside the court. This is actually outside the court with the assistance from an independent third person, which is called as a mediator, right? Now, the bill seeks to promote the mediations, including an online mediations and community. They will provide for the enforcement and settlement for the agreement resulting for the mediations. Some key features that is there. First is about the dispute not fit for mediations. कौन से ऐसे disputes होंगे? The bill will apply to certain mediation procedures and proceeding conducted in India only. उसके अलावा जो बाहर की हैं उसके लिए अलग dispute resolutions mechanisms हैं. The bill defines certain dispute that is not fit for mediation. This include relating to the claim against a minor of a person or for unsound mind, involving prosecutions of a criminal offences, relating to the levy or collections of the taxes. So these are the things that is actually not allowed with the part of the dispute of the mediations. The central government may extend the slit of the dispute as required from time to time. Mediation process की अगर बात करें how it will actually be executed. So the case of the civil and commercial dispute of a person must try to settle the dispute of the mediations before any court or certain tribunal as notified. The mediation process will be confidential. This is something which government will be taking care for this, and the part of the confidentiality would be maintained. The mediation process must be completed within 120 days. This is again important to be noted, which may have extended for another 60 days. So in total, it has to be completed within 180 days, right? Now, mediators की अगर बात करें, mediators assist the parties to settle their dispute. The mediators may be appointed by the parties by the agreement. Mediator service provided by the institutions on admiring mediations. Mediators must disclose the conflict of the interest that may raise doubts of the independence. Parties may then choose to replace the mediators. So this is how the entire mediation bill will function, and this endeavors to give more part of the ADR resolutions in the country and reducing the burden for the court, which is actually an out-of-court settlement, right? So this was all about for the part of the sessions that we're discussing. We have a lot more other initiatives to help you. We have DNA, that is daily news and editorial analysis, that will help you for the part of the news from both Hindu and Indian Express. We have IAS Gazette magazine, which is best for the current affairs. News in Focus as an initiative where we discuss the news that is relevant for your examination. So these all initiative will help you to sail through the journey of civil services. If you have any other concern, you can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching.